Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am going to talk about what my boot camp experience was like. So I'm going to start off by talking about night of arrival. Night of arrival is basically starts off with getting to the airport and checking in. There's going to be 2 petty officers at the airport that are going to send you in, and then they're going to make you sit down and wait. You basically are just waiting for everyone else to get there and arrive, depending on how many people there are. Luckily for us, it was only 5 people, and 2 people had showed up, and then 2 of us had showed up. We were running away for 1 person. So then they put you in like a van once everyone is there, and they start playing this video on what boot camp will be like. And some people fall asleep, some people paid attention. Technically you're not supposed to fall asleep, but I saw people sleeping. Then once you go through the gate, they'll stop the car where they're supposed to get, and a chief, that night it was a chief, I'm pretty sure every night's a chief gets there, and he opens the van doors and he starts yelling at you, get the fuck out, get out, line up. So then he lines you guys up, he lined us up, and he tells us to take our phones out and to call home. So I decided to call my dad, and they tell you exactly what to say. They tell you to say your name, that you got to Great Lakes, and that you're safe, and that your next phone call will be in about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And so that's what you're supposed to say. My dad was trying to have a full-on conversation with me, asking me if I had cried, if I was okay, but like I wasn't trying to get in trouble, so I was like, yeah dad, I'm fine, I love you, bye, and I hung up. And then from there they separate the males and the females, and for females they bring us into a room and issue us all of our stuff. They give us a backpack, they give us sweatpants, sweatshirt, skivvies, bras, anything, pretty much anything that you're gonna need. And then they take us in, rewind, they issue us tennis shoes. Big tip about the tennis shoes: make sure they fit. Make sure they're not too tight, make sure they're not too loose, because these are the shoes you're gonna be wearing all throughout boot camp. Anytime you PT, anytime you're not wearing your boots, you will be wearing these shoes. So you want them to be comfortable. Even if you have to try like 5 or 6 different pairs, does not matter. There is like a little machine that they put you in that's supposed to say your size. For me, my shoes were still too big, so then they had to get me smaller ones. So just tell them to speak up, because they want you to speak up. Those are your shoes. After they issue you all of your items, they take you into this little store. It's called the Next. So Navy Exchange. Don't get too many things from there, because they pretty much give you everything you need. They'll give you the deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, body wash. They don't give you shampoo or conditioner. Do not get it at that one. I'm telling you, use the body soap as your shampoo for at least a couple of days, or if you want, take a travel size of your own shampoo to last you for a couple of days, because they're gonna take you to at the end of the first week, they will take you to the bigger Next, where there's a lot more options, better shampoos, better conditioners, face creams, face wash, anything you need. So I suggest getting it there. Just tip for that. Don't waste all your money. They'll give you money to spend. Don't waste it on that little Next. Use it on the other one. You get like letters and envelopes for your letters. Use those first. Then buy more at the other Next. Don't buy them at that little one. And they'll tell you there too. They told me, don't waste your money here. Like, get small, simple things, but like something that you're probably only gonna use for a week. So, because they're gonna take you to the store. So that's a night of arrival. night of arrival, you don't sleep. So I got there on a Tuesday. I arrived at the airport around 9-10 o'clock. I got to Great Lakes around 11-ish, almost midnight, I think, because of the waiting and everything. So we didn't get to sleep until Wednesday at 8. So it's just to get you on the same sleeping schedule pretty much. But yeah, it's a lot of paperwork. Night of arrival is hard. It's staying awake. One of the biggest things is they'll give you like a book inside of your backpack. It's called your training guide. Take that out and read it during night of arrival. Study it as much as you can. It's gonna pay off. I'll get more into that later. Moving into P days. P days are rough. All you're gonna be doing during P days is pretty much doing paperwork. I think we went to do all of our pay stuff. We talked to the Navy Federal Credit Union. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of waiting. It's a lot of, oh, we need to get to this place, march there, or like send you there, medical, sit down and wait for your turn to come up. It's pretty much waiting, staying awake, because it does get boring. Read your training guide, read your training guide, read your training guide during that time. And hydrate. Drink lots and lots of water, because at the end of P days, that final day of P days, that is when you will take your first PFA, which is your runs, your sit-ups, and your push-ups. So hydrate. It does help, especially when you're gonna run in Freedom Hall. I'm telling you, drink water. That's all you want to drink. During chow time, there's orange juice, there's like, I think apple juice, cranberry juice, grape juice. In the mornings I drink orange juice just because, like, especially because everyone was getting sick and I didn't want to get sick, so I did drink orange juice, but also drink a cup of water. So I got 2 cups, one with orange juice and one with water in the morning, but then throughout the whole rest of the day it was water, 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 water. So that's what I suggest you drink, is water. Don't even drink the orange juice, just drink water. So that's that. During P days, they will also go to uniform issue to get your NWUs type 3s, parka, liners, you get your beanie, get your boots. So I suggest that when you are trying on your boots, make sure they fit. Make sure that, especially those, your tennis shoes, you want to make sure they fit, but your boots for sure need to fit perfect. If you do not get the right size, either too big or too small, both will give you blisters. If you get it too big, your foot will move and it's going to give you a blister at the bottom of your feet. If it's too tight, will give you a blister on your toes. That's what happened to me. I got my boots too small and I had blisters all over my feet. Never had blisters before in my life until I wore those damn boots. So make sure your boots fit. I would say, especially with your divisions, establish rules from the very beginning. Don't wait until like the last couple weeks or like the last week to establish rules and what makes you uncomfortable and what doesn't make you uncomfortable. It's a lot of bickering and fighting, but you guys need to get through it and you guys need to work together as a team. Everything you do at boot camp is basically working as a team. You get in trouble as a team. You succeed as a team. So don't be that person that is causing fights, because it's not going to end well for you. It really has so much to do with teamwork, and that's really what boot camp is about, working as a team. Anything that you do, any event, is going to be working as a team. So I suggest that if you're not a person that works well with others, you have to learn to work well with others. You study together, you sleep together, you eat together, you PT together. Everything is done as a team. So I suggest sucking it up and working through that. So I talked about P days, I talked about night of arrival, basically teamwork, leadership roles. If you're a person that's very reserved, don't go for it right away, but I do suggest you do something. Don't just think that you can hide in the background and get through boot camp. It's not gonna work that way. It's gonna be harder for you. You need to put yourself out there, work with the team, become a leader. That's what I did, and it really helped. Well, not at the beginning. I was one of those people that kind of was like, oh, if I just like in the background do what I'm told, pass my test, like just do it and I'll get through boot camp. But it's not gonna work that way. I got put into a leadership role like halfway through boot camp, which was RPO, Religious Petty Officer, basically just helping out in the chapel and getting my division to their chapel services, which was pretty easy. I didn't get one of the hard leadership roles. If you're a person that likes to clean, do head PO, do the cleaning PO, like laundry PO, small roles like that. You don't have to do bigger roles. Yes, that really helped. It helped make time go by faster going to chapel because I would go Fridays and Sundays. So the week just went by fast. Monday through Thursday and Friday we had stuff to do. So the like tests or running, PT, classes, and then all of a sudden it was Friday, so then I had to go to chapel, and then Saturdays were pretty much classes, chow, sometimes team building exercises, and then Sundays holiday routine, chapel. So it was really kind of made things go by faster when you have something to do. Watches are not hard. Make it easy. It's just there's 2 different types of watches during boot camp. It's not that hard. One thing about watch though is learn the things on your training guide, especially ranks and recognition, general orders, and chain of command. The 3 biggest things to do is learn those 3 things. The main things is to learn those 3 things: chain of command, ranks and rec, general orders. General orders I had it down like the first couple of days I was there. I actually did not study general orders before I left to boot camp, so if you have the chance to study them before boot camp, do that. I didn't do that. I should have done that, but then again I was only in depth for like a month and a half, so it wasn't that much time, but I did have time to learn it. I just didn't. So don't do that. Do that beforehand. Learn your general orders. That's one less thing you have to worry about in boot camp. Ranks and recognition you can also learn outside of boot camp. It's simple. Just Google it, Navy rank and recognition, and it will pop up, and it's pretty easy to learn. The only thing you will have to learn at boot camp is your chain of command, because it's specific to every single ship there. So if you're in ship 1, it's going to be different than ship 6 or ship 10 or ship 5. So that's the only thing that basically you need to learn at boot camp and study at boot camp. And your RDCs will tell you your chain of command. So before getting to boot camp, I suggest learning general orders and ranks and rec. Those are so easy. It took me a while for ranks and rec, specifically officers, but I got it down. It's just find your own way to learn, find a pattern, or rewrite it, write it over and over again, draw a picture, whatever it is that you have to do to learn it. That's basically what you gotta do. Just learn that. It's important for the first test. It's the depth test that you have to take when you first get there during P days. That test is important, especially if you want more money. Just a big hint out there. PFAs, PT and PFAs. So PT is gonna help with PFAs. Do what you're told. Don't think you can cheat. Do your PT. do it because it helps so much. I was not a person that worked out all the time, so me working out 6 times a week for an hour, pretty much an hour, 45 minutes to an hour every day, really helped. I lost 14 pounds in the process. Some days you PT more than once, so you'll do like sprints at Freedom Hall, come back, maybe go to Chow, and then after Chow, it's PT time. So it's a double workout days. Those are the days it's gonna suck so bad. It's usually Saturdays. You'll go run at Freedom Hall. You'll do like sprints or sustained runs or some type of running thing, and then you'll come back and then probably PT again. Do the workouts. It helps. Sometimes you'll get watched during that time, so you'll be like, okay, I have watched, I don't have to do it, but it works out. My baseline PFA, I ran it in 1825, which is garbage. For females, you need an 1835 to pass, so I 10 seconds away from not passing. I ran that like last lap. When I saw I turned 18, I booked it. I was like, I am not getting sent back in training. So I passed my first one. I worked hard. I worked out. I really tried with sustained runs, really, really hard to make my time. And my final PFA, I ran it in 14 minutes, and I needed a 15:45. So really good time. Pretty much do what you're told at boot camp. Your RDCs, as much as they yell, they do it and they know what they're doing. So when they tell you to fold something a certain way, that's another thing. Your bunks, underneath your bunk, you're gonna have all of your stuff. Stow it the way your RDCs tell you. If they tell you to fold something 5 times, fold it, unfold it, fold it, unfold it, do it. Because then you're gonna know how to fold it when it comes time for your inspections. Inspections are key. PI inspections is just your uniform and asking you questions, which is basically ranks and rec, chain of command, general orders, all throughout boot camp. And it's like pretty much every other week once you start. Right after P days, it's every other week that you have an inspection. Then the DMI and static, pretty much how you know how to do your bed and how to fold your clothes. So you'll either get bed or you get clothes, which the bed one is called bunk makeup, or you'll get fold and stow, which is you know how to fold your stuff. Luckily I got bunk makeup both times that I did mine. For DMI and static, I got bunk makeup luckily, but even then I still paid attention to how my stuff was folded. I made sure it was folded, or if I wasn't sure after I unfolded something, I would ask either one of the leadership or someone that I know got good on their static on how to fold stuff. So I'd ask them. Our RDCs literally right before our static folded everything with us, and people still failed because they thought they knew better. So if you're one of those people that thinks they know better, you don't know more than your RDCs. Your RDCs know what they're doing. So pay attention and listen to them. Boot camp is what you make of it, pretty much. If you go in there with a defeatist attitude or negative attitude, it's not going to go well for you. Go in with the positive mind. I went in thinking I was going to get yelled at every day. I was going to work out in the mud, or like, I don't know. I thought we were going to work out way harder than we did. It's not as hard as you think it is. If your imagination of it is like up here, like, oh my God, it's so hard. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. They're going to kill, like, it's going to hurt. I'm going to be sore every day. You'll be sore for a little bit. You'll get over it. It's not that bad. My RDCs always said, boot camp doesn't get easier, you get stronger. And it's so true, because I thought boot camp, throughout it was going to get harder and harder and harder. I felt the level of boot camp kind of stayed in a certain level, and I think it's just because of what they said. You get stronger, you get mentally stronger for one. You get physically stronger, and I think they worked a lot more with our mental toughness, we did have tough, like, mental toughness classes that taught us how to work on stress and do all that, but it's a lot of more mental strength that I feel like I gained. Yeah, I lost weight. Yeah, I gained muscle, but I feel like stronger mentally as a person after Navy boot camp. I feel better. I feel like I learned more about me. Gotten, like, I would write letters to my family about my day, and then I'd just write about my day, write about what I learned, write about what I could have done better. And I've never done that before in my life, but it's something that got me through boot camp. So I feel like it's just something that made me like a stronger person, and I'm grateful for that. So, I mean, not everyone has the same experience as me. I mean, someone's experience could be, oh, I fucking hated it, like, never again. I mean, of course, me, never again would I ever want to go back to boot camp, but I do like what it taught me as a person. So, that concludes my video. Please hit a like and subscribe, and please spread the word, tell your friends about my page, and yeah, have a great day, everyone.